It's Wednesday, and you know what that means.
Football's back.
It's time for the show that's going to last longer than Aaron Rodgers as a Jet.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah, it is. It was a weird
Opening
week 1.
week. Quarterbacks sucked almost as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, almost across the board.
None of the rookie quarterbacks looked good. None of the sophomore quarterbacks looked good. I think Josh Allen looked like trash. Joe Burrow only got 82 yards. Thanks, Mansfield, for that. Week 1 was kind of shitty.
Well, I mean, at least for some of us in this room, it was. I think Josh is frozen. So.
No, he'll be back.
He'll be back. I hope that's what the Browns do in week 2 is freeze up.
I think the Steelers got the Browns. I really think you guys got them week 2. But we're also playing the Commies. So I told this earlier to Raymond Williams, which, by the way, Ray wanted me to bring up the fact that nice week for fantasy.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. Ray, if Rodgers hadn't have gone down, I would have won. Because Rodgers was
your quarterback?
Well, the league that Statboy has set up is very different than any other league I've ever been in. We actually have 3 starting quarterbacks. Joe Burrow was another one, so that didn't help me either.
Oh, dude, Joe Burrow was dog shit too.
Yeah.
I had J.K. Dobbins in my leagues.
Devin was a Ravens fan. Seeing that happen first, I think it was first drive as well for the Ravens.
No, I don't think it was first drive. I think it's still the first game, but
yeah, no.
And I had J.K. Dobbins in play, so that's why I lost my games this weekend.
I won my game this week, so I'm happy about my fantasy team. I'll tell you what I'm not happy about.
My fantasy games this week. The only win I got this weekend was the Irish beating NC State. That was it.
Hey,
After that, it was like
you guys did beat NC State pretty good.
I both won and lost my college games this week.
Well, Ohio State won easily.
Yes, but they played my alma mater.
Well, I mean, what can you do?
And
I was happy we didn't get beat as bad as I thought we were.
And as David says, his team kicks all the asses. His team scored over 120 points on fantasy this week.
I don't even want to talk fantasy football because my week went terrible. It wasn't just the fact that I was up against Jarrett Bailey, who he had Tyreek Hill, who scored almost.
My brother had Tyreek Hill, and boy, how did Tyreek Hill put up points.
Tyreek Hill scored about half of what my entire team did, if that's any indication.
Oh.
Well, I had the tight end for the Eagles, Dallas Goedert, and he didn't catch a freaking pass. It's like, was it just a bad week for receivers for the most part?
It was a bad week for receivers. It was a bad week for quarterbacks.
I started Watson too, and I should have started Brock Purdy.
Oh, Brock Purdy. I was telling Greg before we went live, I don't think I've seen someone come back from Tommy John like that. Brock Purdy looks fantastic. The 49ers, as usual, are a well-oiled fucking machine.
Much to Greg's chagrin and my joy.
The Niners are probably going to the fucking Super Bowl. I'm not even joking.
Here's the thing. It's week 1.
But in the last couple of years, how far have the Niners gone?
I mean, we can make Super Bowl predictions if we want after week 1, but I'll tell you this much. I feel like the Steelers can't get any worse than what they were in week 1.
You want to wait till Monday?
I don't know about that, Greg. You guys still have Matt Canada.
We still do have Matt Canada, but you know what? All things considered, he was not the biggest problem. He wasn't. I mean, Kenny Pickett looked like trash. The entire team, other than T.J. Watt, looked like trash.
And T.J. Watt has to go up against our Browns offense on Monday.
You are very excited about your Browns offense.
and our defense,
How
and special teams because we have a good kicker now.
how well
Sorry,
did
Cade York,
Deshaun do?
not
How well
sorry.
did Deshaun do? Because I think most of your guys' points and stuff came from the legs.
Chubba Hubba Wubba. Yeah.
No. As long as Nick Chubb is healthy, the Browns are going to do things. But I'm really looking forward to the Steelers' defense breaking a couple of ribs of Deshaun Watson.
And it's gonna be rough because we lost Cam Hayward for a few games, and Cam Hayward has been a stout part of that defense. We also won't have Deontay Johnson, who's down with a hamstring. He won't be back till next month.
Now, you know what quarterback really didn't look like shit, and it's not getting talked about enough? Russell fucking Wilson. He did not have a bad game. He had 80% completion percentage.
I mean,
Yes, but who cares about Russell Wilson?
Well, Matty does because
we lost. No. Let me tell you what I'm really upset about. Brandon McManus completed 4 kicks for Jacksonville. He went 4 of 4 in Jacksonville. We released him this offseason. We missed 2 field goals. We lost by 1 point.
Yeah, it's.
I want to start learning how to kick a field goal because I think I might be better than Will fucking Lutz.
Will Lutz is a guy who's been around a bunch of teams. I know he was with the Saints.
I know he was with the Saints for a long time, which is why I had a little bit of faith with him coming over. But no, after that game, I'm like, fuck. And then Brett Maher did better than Will Lutz, and I just wanted to ram my head through a fucking window.
My kicker was the highlight of my team.
I had Brandon McManus active, so that's the only reason I know McManus did so well.
I think I have the kicker from the Eagles, whose name escapes me.
I have Harrison Butker as my kicker.
No, it's Jake something, Greg.
Jake Elliott?
Yes.
Yeah, that's who I had. So, yeah, like, I have no problem with the Eagles kicker, Jake Elliott, bringing me points. I just didn't want to have him be really my sole source of it. He had more points than Josh Allen, which made me want to puke.
Dude.
That entire game, holy, what the hell?
Now, I know that it's a little early in the show, but I feel like since we're talking fantasy losses and stuff, a lot of people lost their fantasy weeks because of one injury that happened 4 snaps into his Jets career. Yeah, and I for one, personally want to wish Aaron Rodgers a fast and speedy recovery.
Mm-hmm.
I love A-Rod myself.
I mean, people have their differing opinions on Aaron Rodgers, whether you follow his politics or you're a Bears fan.
I don't care about politics.
Yeah.
Dude's a big time stoner. I support him.
Yeah, some people get on him because of that. And as you know, as the motto of the show, politics is work. I don't really give a shit. So it's one of those things where Aaron Rodgers, a guy who's given me a little bit of money in Bitcoin before, that's a true story, actually.
Really?
It was like $10 worth. It wasn't like thousands of dollars.
Yeah, but still, that's interesting.
Yeah, it's a little factoid.
Yeah, Marshall, you're. I saw a post, and I don't want to undermine Marshall saying that he lost because of the Rodgers injury. I saw somebody lose their fantasy league by 0.06. Because of the Rodgers injury.
I saw that. Was it on Twitter or was it on
I'm
Facebook?
Pretty sure I saw it on Twitter. What's up, Tornado Tony?
What's up, Tornado? What's up, everybody in the chat?
What's up, you beautiful bastards?
Yes, welcome to the show. I know we talk a lot of football on the show because it is football season. Like we love doing it. There will be a week coming up where we don't talk about football. And that's because Jeff, Daisy, Matty, and myself will be getting covered in chocolate syrup. But
Yay!
That's another show. I guess I can't promise that because one of us won't be.
So when it comes to the eggs, can I volunteer to have my wife just pelt me with eggs when it comes to that?
Yeah. I will give you guys like pro tips. I'll tell you guys to get in like 15 minutes before the show. I've been doing this game for 14 years, so I know a little bit about how to like
prepare,
not injure yourself with the eggs.
As long as Matty gets covered in chocolate sauce, I'm good.
I'll be
It's
covered in
very
whatever
possible.
happens.
Three out of the 4 of us are guaranteed to.
So Matty, even if you don't, I will pay you for it.
You know what? If you pay me directly during that stream, should I not have chocolate sauce on me already, I will do it.
There you
Whole
go.
I
bottle.
love you.
The entire bottle.
You
Listen,
beautiful man.
If I go perfect that episode, I'll be like, hey, $100, I'll take all the punishments.
That would be interesting as well.
Yeah.
JJ pops in. Mansfield, you're in a freakish showing.
Have you, JJ? This is a weekly thing.
JJ,
I bring the sex appeal. That is a fact.
Wait a second. Let's not. You're not the only one there, brother.
No. There's 2 top draws here, Greg.
Yeah, he do. And JJ, we know I got a bromance thing for Matty. He's my dude.
I'm gonna have to get Travis Fame here in the battle of the attractive men.
Now, I will say, you 2 play each other next week. The Steelers, the Browns.
Hey, buddy.
Honest reactions. What do you guys think is going to happen that game?
See that's classic. Like, he's getting cocky, but there are some other factors at play. The Steelers have not lost on Monday Night Football in how long? Like 30. It's been a long time. Like, they have not lost at home on Monday Night Football in a very, very long time.
Tony says that they're going to win by 10, Greg. He's also asking if I can do the blue meanie dance. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the one with the hip gyration and, like, the weird hand motion, right?
Like the...
Yeah, it's the...
Yeah. I can do the full thing, but you know what you have to do to get the full thing? This. We haven't had donations in like a month.
No, we really haven't. It's kind of making me sad. Don't make me sad.
I know.
People.
Like you and Daisy pretty much guaranteed luck of the draw to happen, which I'm very appreciative for right now because I'm not covered in syrup. But
don't make Matty sad.
Yeah, why would you want to make this face sad?
It's an adorable face. We don't need it sad.
we know we don't want saddy laws. That's not what we want.
Oh Christ. Is that what happens whenever like me and Sat do like the fusion dance?
I mean, I was going with Saddy, Saddy.
Yeah.
But Saddy Laws, I mean, could have been your tag name for Jack.
Oh, it easily could have been.
There's 2 ways to read that, Greg, and the other one is NSFW. So.
Not safe for walruses.
No.
Yeah. If you donate to that Streamlabs link, absolutely.
Get us going towards luck of the draw, and he'll do a wheel spin.
Yeah, I'll do the wheel spin on top of it too. I'll do the meanie dance. Heck, if it lands on entrance, then I just do the meanie dance.
That's all encompassing.
You guys are gonna have to trust me on the wheel spin though, because I don't have anything set up because of House of Chaos.
Nah, dude, it needs to be 75 fucking jumping jacks.
I will be disgusted.
And JJ is correct. I am usually in Jeff's doghouse for one reason or another. But hey, I'm on his good side because both of our teams won this week. And in terms of how I think my boys are going to do, I mean, Myles Garrett proved again that Joe Burrow is still his son. Myles Garrett is Joe Burrow's daddy.
Dude, Myles Garrett is one of the scariest human beings to put a fucking pair of shoulder pads on.
Yes, and I expect Mason Rudolph to be nowhere near Pittsburgh on Monday.
You know,
he can't even deny it.
Somebody's actually had that turned into a plaque of the incident.
Good. I'm sure. What are you saying? Good. Like, if that happened outside the field, he would have been arrested on site.
He should have been fucking taken away from there.
But like, he was suspended for the whole season because of that.
Yeah, I remember.
Now, Marshall is asking, is it true that the Rodgers injury occurred due to turf? I personally have played on both grass and turf, and your feet don't stick like that in the dirt or in the grass that often. And the way Rogers' leg was planted, and it was a gnarly look when you literally saw his calf just like flick.
I saw it briefly, like I saw the clip earlier today, and it was not good.
Yeah,
and yes, Tony, to answer your question, yes, that will happen.
I'll do the meanie dance with him.
There you go.
And Joe Thomas even said on Twitter, in terms of Rogers, Joe Thomas flat out said, yeah, this was due to it being turf.
Bro, David
Bakhtiari
was on a fucking rampage on Twitter when it happened.
I don't know why, like, stadiums are still using turf. Like, so I really don't.
I know that, like, it's easier upkeep. It's not as expensive.
But
your players are getting hurt. This is not the first injury. This might just be the first major injury that will get the NFL into looking into real grass, because that could have just fucking ruined Aaron Rodgers' career.
Yep. I mean, he's obviously not playing the rest of the season.
No, it's a torn Achilles. I don't think we've said that yet. Aaron Rodgers has suffered a torn Achilles.
Yeah.
Which by the way,
nasty injury to even think about.
Which, by the way, the fact that Rodgers was able to just stand up and go, yeah, something's wrong, and then sit down.
Yeah.
Insane. Rodgers, you are much stronger than people lead on.
I give him credit. Like, the dude has his detractors, dude has his supporters. I give the guy credit.
I'm a supporter.
Yeah, fair enough. I liked him when he beat the Steelers in that Super Bowl game about 10 or so plus years back.
I liked him owning the Bears. That was one of my favorite things.
Fair enough. Poor Justin Fields, but it's going to be an interesting season without him now, because even with him being on the Jets, he was still around. He's not going to be here rest of the season. So this is technically the first season without Brady and Rodgers.
Oh, dude.
Holy freaking crap.
No. For some of the people watching, and like, me, Devin, Josh, this is the end of an era of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
We grew up with Manning, Brady, Rodgers,
Big Ben,
and Big Ben and Rivers. Like, we grew up with some great quarterbacks, and now they're all gone. Like, to answer Marshall's question, no, I don't think Aaron Rodgers is coming back next year, because this is his 18th season. Why would you want to come back after an Achilles tear just to possibly ruin your legacy like Tom Brady did?
And the thing is, a lot of their successors, like their chosen anointed successors in football in general, not actual teams, sucked donkey egg on week one. Burrow, Josh Allen, like, holy crap. The NFL got turned upside down on its flipping head week one, and I think it's going to stay that way for week two.
Well, we will see.
I want things to even out week two.
Yeah.
As long as we win week two, I'm okay.
I love this question from Lynn, because this is such a deep cut for a Steelers fan. Asking him, when I was younger, was I a huge fan of Yancey Thigpen? I wouldn't say a huge fan of Yancey Thigpen. I did enjoy watching him.
I know Tyler Thigpen, and he fucking beat the Broncos 2 times in one season.
But I remember Yancey Thigpen always being hurt. Like, some Steelers I enjoyed always seemed to be hurt. Like, remember Deuce Staley?
Oh, bro, Deuce Staley was so good, though. When he was healthy, he was good.
He was decent, but like, he was always hurt all the time.
Greg, quick question, and I'll give the same question to Josh afterwards.
What's up?
Your Mount Rushmore Steelers players that you've seen.
I've seen, so I can't count Bradshaw.
Like if you've watched Terry Bradshaw tapes and thought he was better than Big Ben,
well, I mean,
that's up
I've
to
gone
you.
Back and watched like the Super Bowl wins and whatnot. So yeah, I'll throw Bradshaw in there.
Okay.
Hines Ward, love Hines Ward. Jerome Bettis,
The bus.
And I'll throw in Roethlisberger. Like if we're talking
Over
offensive
Palomalu?
player, what's that?
Over Palomalu?
To be fair, I was going strictly offensive. If we're going to talk defensive, then yeah, Palomalu. I'd probably honestly go James Harrison. Defensive players.
Ike Taylor.
Ike Taylor was. I liked Ike Taylor, but I don't know if he'd make my top 4. I enjoyed William Gay when he was here, but I don't know if he'd make my top 4 either.
Willie Gay was really good too.
William Gay was like the king of the pick 6, dude. Like he had like at least 7 in his career.
You guys also had Larry Foote for a while, didn't you?
We did have Larry Foote. TJ honestly might be up there.
TJ is a guaranteed Hall of Famer if he can stay healthy.
I don't know if I want to put Minka up there yet. He's been stellar for the Steelers, but I don't know if he's like.
I wouldn't say he's Mount Rushmore just yet. Like if TJ Watt sticks around as a Steeler, that boy is Mount Rushmore for sure.
Oh, easily. I keep thinking like back to that Super Bowl team. It's like Brett Kiesel, Casey Hampton. Like who else was on that team? Like James Ferrier. Like I'm thinking like those guys.
James Ferrier, an insane workout, by the way. That dude leg pressed like 900 pounds for shits and grins one time.
Yeah.
All right, Josh. Now for the Browns. You're Mount Rushmore for Browns players.
So is this players I had to have seen play, or
like you've watched them play? Like in terms of Greg, he went back and watched the Bradshaw Super Bowls and stuff like that. I've gone back and watched Elway and Terrell Davis highlights for hours.
Fair enough. So I can't put on the Rushmore Jim Brown or Bernie Kosar.
I feel like they're Browns Rushmore regardless, though.
Yeah, but for mine, I would put them on, but I've never actually seen their stuff. So I gotta go Josh Krebs, Joe Thomas, Myles Garrett, Nick Chubb.
I think that's a very hard Mount Rushmore to beat, honestly, especially for the Browns, because you guys don't have a lot of bright spots on that team.
Have you looked at our team? We are bomb-ass diggity this year.
Now, Marshall's like...
It's week 1, dude!
Marshall's like, you're Mount Rushmore of Kansas City Chiefs players. I could run through the entire list of Chiefs players that have DUIs or assault charges against them, but I don't think this is the place for me to do that. So if you want me to be nice, Priest Holmes, Jamal Charles, I believe you guys had Dante Hall, the human fucking joystick, because I remember him beating the dog shit out of the Broncos. And why not Matt Castle?
Is it too early to put Mahomes on there?
Oh, dude, no. If I'm being legitimate, no. Mahomes is very forward-looking to a Hall of Fame career. He's guaranteed Chiefs Rushmore just because when was the last time they had a Super Bowl in their town? And he's brought all of them.
All I know is this year when it comes to a Super Bowl, just give me Browns and 49ers and I'm good.
As long as I don't see Brady in another fucking... Or not Brady, Mahomes. I hate him as much as I hate Brady.
That's because he's Brady Jr. now. Tell me I'm wrong.
Brady didn't move. Mahomes is an entire unicorn of his own.
My point, though, tell me he's not on his way to becoming Brady Jr.
Oh no, that Chiefs team is headed towards dynasty. That is no question. If they keep Mahomes, Kelsey, and Reed together, that team is going to be a fucking dynasty.
We do have a donation. It's not a wheel spin, but we do have one from the name listed is Bill Belichick, so you love that.
Oh, fuck.
You have to read this the grumpiest way possible, Greg.
Why do I feel like I have an idea who this might be?
Will the Browns win more than 2 games this year? Yeah, the Browns are going to win more than 2 games. Like, let's not.
The Browns are my pick to get the wild card this year. I'm not even joking. If not, win their own division. Because if the Bengals play the way they fucking played all season, the Bengals.
Fuck Bill Belichick.
Oh yeah. By the way, fuck Bill Belichick.
Yeah, I mean that goes without saying.
As a Browns fan specifically, I have leverage to say that.
As a Broncos fan who's kicked him out of the playoffs before, I also have room to say that.
And as somebody who watched as Jesse James caught that pass and the referees overturned it to give the Patriots the win and a better seed in the playoffs, I can say that too.
I still cannot believe that y'all had a wide receiver named Jesse James.
Was he a road dog?
Do you know what's funny? The road dog's a Steelers fan.
There it is.
Oh, you didn't know?
So, one of the things that drives me nuts about that call in general was that it was called a touchdown on the field. And yet, they never saw the ball hit the ground because it didn't, and they overturned it anyway.
It's time before the replay, like the coaches' replays and shit like that, was a really rough time for fans. We had to sit there and take so much shit when we're clearly seeing it in real time.
Yeah.
Like, it's insane that they didn't start doing that until like the mid-2000s.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was before that. I think it was like late 90s they started.
Are you sure? Because like
I don't think it was as in depth as it was in the 2000s, but I think they started using it in the late 90s. I might be wrong, but
so who do you guys think is going to be the Jets' new quarterback? Are they going after someone veteran-wise, or are they going to stick with Zach the MILF Hunter Wilson?
Right now it's Zach Wilson. Until they make a move for somebody or make a trade, then
apparently they have not reached out to Colin Kaepernick, despite reports earlier this week saying that they were.
The Kaepernick ship has sailed.
Dude, Jarrett Bailey has had an entire essay on this on Twitter before. The Kaepernick ship has sailed.
Yeah.
It has been 6 years since he's played any form of professional football.
Yeah. Listen, if you guys want a good follow for football, yes, he's a Steelers fan, but go check out Jarrett Bailey at Bailey NFL.
Mm-hmm. It's fun when he loses debates to my Browns guys.
Because he lays it out plain as day for all teams. Yes, he roots for the Steelers, but he watches so much more football than I do. I love football, don't get me wrong, but let me put it this way: the mind I have for wrestling, he has for football. So
now, what I will say, Ratnick.
Yeah. Can you put that comment up real quick, Greg?
1 second. Let me spin the wheel because we did get that donation.
Yeah, no worries. But Ratnick says TB12 moving to Jersey.
Brady's not coming back.
Brady is not coming back. As much as the memes want it, as much as we kind of want it to happen, if Rodgers can't do it, Brady can. I saw that on Twitter.
Ratnick, in the words of Jeff Meacham and J.J. Williams, no, Ratnick, that's bad, Ratnick. No.
Wheel spin's happening right now.
Oh, and the meanie dance as well, because I'm assuming this came from Tornado Tony.
We got a new thing on the wheel.
Uh-oh.
This one is called Choose an Impression.
Impression.
So you let me know who you want me to imitate, which I mean, it could be the blue meanie, but I think
I feel like we're doing the Blue Meanie dance regardless.
We are. I'm gonna cue up the music here.
He had music?
Yes, he had. What do you think he danced to? Silence?
You have any idea how much wrestling I've watched without audio?
I get that. I would.
That was me watching NXT last night.
Which, by the way,
pirating wrestling is not good, kids.
Which, by the way, congratulations to Becky Lynch for completing the story of the
Grand Slam champion Bex.
Yeah.
So happy for her.
She easily took the longest of the 4, but hey, she did it.
Raymond wants everybody's opinion real quick. The 40-0, does this mean anything for the Cowboys, or was this just a product of the Giants?
Product of the Giants.
I think it's a combination.
Because Dak is not going to do very well all season. This is just one-time gimmick.
It could just be that the Giants are incredibly terrible and that they overpaid the shit for Daniel Jones. But I don't.
The other reason I lost is Saquon Barkley.
You're not going to see this type of game every week. It's not college where you see like
blowouts every
teams
week,
dominating teams like 60-0 every single week until they actually face somebody good. You don't see that in the NFL, and you're not going to. So
thank God.
These 40-0 games are not going to be commonplace for Dallas. Will they be successful? Maybe. I mean, they've been successful enough to make the playoffs in recent years. They've exited in the wild card, but that's another story for another time. So I think the Cowboys, and I'm not saying this because Jeff's not here, I think the Cowboys can be decent. I could see
they have every right to be a good team.
I could see 11-6 being a realistic possibility for them.
Do you see that as the ceiling? Because that's the
I don't
ceiling
see that
for
as the
me.
ceiling. I see it as kind of like mid-range. Like
right.
11-6 is kind of expected. Their ceiling is probably 13-4, 14-3. Like it's one of those.
Tony's got an interesting impression for you to do.
Oh boy, I haven't seen the chat yet. Give me a second.
No worries. I can read it out for you.
Ooh, I like that.
Hey, Greg, how about do an impression of LA Knight cutting a promo on Roman Reigns?
Okay. Well, let's do the Blue Meanie dance, and then I will do that right away.
Oh, this is dear. Oh, very dear. Matty can't stop laughing.
I forgot about the funky monkey at the end.
To be fair, most of my knowledge of the Blue Meanies entrance comes from playing WrestleMania 2000 on the N64. So,
I forgot he was in that game.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
He's like one of the first people you face in like the season mode.
All right, and while you're getting ready to figure out a promo, Greg, JJ said, "I like the idea of Grand Slam Bex, but why derail Tiff now? She had some good momentum going for her, and who does Becky lose the belt to? Roxanne, Cora, JC, Gigi, Thea, Kiana?
All of the above? I'm okay with... Really, I want Cora.
I want Becky to put over someone who deserves it, and in my eyes, that's Roxanne or Gigi Dolan.
Roxanne, she's had that run. I say give it to Cora Jade. She's the perfect foil to Becky.
Cora Jade would be a good choice. I low-key would love it to be JC Jane. If someone donates
that's the dare.
Do a promo
that's the dare. If you want me to cut a promo on the Chiefs, I can cut a promo on the Chiefs any day of the week.
Yeah, but if you want to donate $25 and call us out to do one of those things, that's one of the things. Like the $25 is you get to pick whatever you want. You don't have to spin the wheel. You can just do whatever.
Oh, but JJ, that is the beauty of Becky Lynch being there. she doesn't have to lose it to a heel. She can always put over, the next up and coming babyface and then give them that moment of respect. That is totally a thing that they could do. And that's really what I'm hoping they do. I don't want Becky to just drop it to a random heel. But if we're going to drop it back to a heel, if you're not putting Tiffany Stratton on the main roster, which you shouldn't, she's not quite ready, give the belt back to Tiffany. And having her beat Becky Lynch back for her title is going to make Tiffany Stratton so much more of a megastar.
Speaking of megastar, let me talk to you. We sit here, we look at the bloodline, and you see you got a big dog, a little dog, and an old fat dog over there. Yeah. You say that man's a wise man. Well, he should be carrying around some gold. He should be carrying some frankincense. He can carry some myrrh. As far as I'm concerned, he's not a wise man. He's a dumb man. Yeah.
Dummy.
He's a dummy. Yeah. And then you look over there, you see that Solo Sikoa. Hey, Solo, maybe if you crack a smile on your face, you wouldn't look like you had a stick up your ass. Yeah. And then you have the big dog over here, the tribal chief. Been champion for 1,100 days. We defend your title twice a year. I'll tell you what, you step up to the megastar, you're not going to be defending that title anymore because you're going to be looking up at the lights. Yeah. Because everybody in the bloodline is going to realize whose game it is, with everybody saying,
"Oh,
hey, night, yeah,
yeah." All right, there we go. It wasn't great, but
yeah, it's definitely a WWE promo, though.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now since then, we've had a couple chats. Tornado Tony, that was great. Meanie is a cool guy. Met him twice. Once at an indie show. Once random when his car broke down on the I-95. I towed his car to South Philly to his place. This was
I mean,
that's an interesting story.
I remember going to an indie show where Just Incredible worked, and that was the show where the promoter bailed halfway through the show, like took the money and left. Didn't pay anybody.
Ooh.
All right. Now, Marshall also asked, is Tiffany Stratton the next megastar of the main roster women's division? She has every possibility to be. Whether or not they can execute it right is another question. Now, Josh, I saw you shaking your head. I have come around to her in the last little bit. And when she first came back, I was like, oh, great. They've really kind of barbified her, But she's putting in the work. She's getting better on the microphone. She's getting way better in the ring. If they can capitalize on this, this is a character that I don't think we've quite seen before in WWE. And it might fucking work.
I think that Tiffany needs like a couple years in the business before she gets like that super push. I think she has that potential because with how ridiculously athletic she is now, with some seasoning, you make her a big time player in the women's division. I said it earlier today on Twitter. Give me a WrestleMania main event of Tiffany Stratton and Bianca Belair. That is a match of physicality that it would be mind-blowing. I think it would be fantastic. And somebody said to Tiffany versus Charlotte, can we just stop like putting Charlotte as everybody's dream match? Charlotte doesn't even have everybody's best match in their career. Can we stop?
Not anymore. Charlotte's really just been phoning it in over the last year or so. Like she had one good match with Rhea Ripley, and that was it.
Yeah.
See, at least Rhea's not in the title scene, or at least Charlotte's not in the title scene right now. Let's keep it that way.
Oh, but
I'm okay with Charlotte being a mid-carder.
Do you know who is in the title scene? I damn near had a stroke whenever I fucking looked at Twitter on Monday night.
Oh yeah, because Nia Jax is back.
I wanted to fucking ram my head into an anvil.
We can't book Sasha and Naomi better, but damn it, we can get Nia Jax back.
Well, do you want to know what's interesting? I don't know if you noticed this, but on the TKO, the new company merge group banner, did you notice who they had on their banner, Greg?
Yeah, I feel like they fixed that pretty quick. They originally did have Naomi on the
At
banner.
the bottom right corner, as if nobody would notice that was Naomi.
Yeah.
Like, is that supposed to be telling us something else?
Yeah,
But-
it definitely had a lot of people going, "Oh shit, Naomi's coming. Naomi is still the champion over an Impact."
Yes. Well,
She can appear for the Rumble because that's going to be in Florida, which, by the way, your boy's going to be at.
and also a former NXT Women's Champion also posted on her Instagram story in answering a Q&A that she's not going to be a free agent for much longer. That'd be Miss Mandy Rose.
I disagree with this wholeheartedly. I feel like Tiffany Stratton.
Tiffany can take. All right, Tiffany can take that. Tiffany can take that character that we all hated from the Divas era and turn it into something that we can actually get behind in the modern era. Because she is getting far better in the ring than she was even 6 months ago. There's a reason Shawn Michaels is trusting in her.
And I like Kelly and the Bellas. Well, mostly Kelly. So shut up, JJ.
The Bellas had some good work. Kelly, we'll put the kibosh on that for a little bit.
By the way, congratulations to Kelly for having her twins.
Yes.
Oh, she had twins. Congratulations.
Yes.
Yesterday, I believe.
Yesterday or today.
Yeah.
I saw her post on Instagram.
Marshall, as much as I would love to, they ain't doing any work with anybody else.
And here's the thing too. I read somewhere, and this could just be me overthinking it, that with TKO's like WWE UFC deal, that they can't even like interact with other companies over the next like 5 years. I have no idea if that's like either working together or whatever the case may be. So like the other companies, people coming in to do the Rumble, I don't think is going to be a possibility for a while. Which sucks because I would love for the Royal Rumble to be one of those things where people from all over the world, like WWE, NXT, AEW, ROH, New Japan, Impact, like they all could just converge and like you get some like top people in the Rumble match. Like obviously it'd be way more WWE and NXT because it's their match, for crying out loud. But like having a surprise entrance would add more intrigue, and it's like you literally never know who might show up.
I mean, the year that Mickie James came out, I fucking she got announced ahead of time, but even then, like we were all like, they're bringing in Impact Women's Champion currently.
Yep.
And she had Hardcore Country.
Oh,
and
bro,
the fucking belt.
I was there live, dude. I was fucking losing my shit.
That pop, man, that pop.
I'm pretty sure I was very audible during that pop.
I was, funny enough, I was actually, I love the crowd videos from the Rumble where you can like actually hear how the crowd reacts to each and every entrant. And the pop from Mickie James was incredible.
This year's in Tampa. I've never been to Florida. I've never seen the ocean. This is going to be a lot of fun this January. But since we're talking about it and Tornado Tony brought it up, who do you guys think is winning this year's Royal Rumble, men's and women's?
Greg, you want to go first? You want me to?
You go first, Josh. I don't really have.
Because I don't think it's LA Knight. In my honest opinion, Gunther wins the men's, Liv Morgan wins the women's.
I agree with you for the men. It's going to be the Ring General. Gunta.
Somebody
If they're not going to have Cody do it again, Cody shouldn't have to win the Rumble this time. I say do an elimination chamber or some kind of tournament for him to become number one contender. It shouldn't be the Rumble again. I'm not very much a fan of. I don't mind double wins, but don't do it 2 years in a row. Hogan, Sean. Yeah, sorry, Greg.
Austin.
Austin.
Yeah. For the women. You know what? You might kill me for this.
If you say Nia Jax, I might have to kick you in your leg.
Which one?
The one that works.
Okay.
I think I killed Greg with that one.
That's not even right, Matty. What the hell?
I don't mind it.
It's all in good fun.
Won't be the first time I've taken my leg off midstream.
Anyway, who do you think's gonna win the women's Rumble?
Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna say Trish.
Oh,
that would be a swerve.
That would be a big swerve, and I think I'd be all behind it. I know my co-host Cap wouldn't be behind it at all, but
Cap's what's he a fan of again?
He's a Raiders fan.
He beat me
week 1, so I can't say shit.
Yeah.
The autumn wind is a Raider.
Yeah, I'm gonna say Trish because I mean at this point I don't see Liv. When it comes to the Rumble, you need it to be big. I don't see it being Bianca again. Rhea's still champion right now. Definitely, please no Charlotte.
Oh, please God! If Charlotte's another Rumble that I'm in attendance. She doesn't need to win a second.
Yeah, Asuka is champion. No, Io's champion. We're getting Io versus Asuka next, this
Friday, right?
Is it this Friday or next Friday?
It's either this Friday or next Friday. Regardless, I'll be seated.
We're getting it on free TV for fuck's sake.
But you know what that tells me? You know what that tells me? We're gonna get 10 minutes of a good match and a fucked up finish. So.
Yep.
And that means we're likely going to get somebody else coming back.
I don't want it.
Kairi Sane?
I know, but they don't need Kairi in the storyline just yet.
Give me those three as a faction, for goodness sakes. But
yeah, good point.
Yeah, I say Gunther for the guys, Trish for the girls.
All right, Greg, Mr. Royal Rumble himself.
It's between Gunther and LA Knight. If it were to happen right now, it would be between those two. But the thing is, we've still got 4 months to go. A lot can happen in those 4 months. If they do the slow build for LA Knight to challenge for the World Heavyweight title, if they do that, it's going to be LA Knight versus Damian Priest at WrestleMania. Because Priest is going to cash in way before that. For the women's, I like the pick of Liv. If I was going to go with some outside pick, there's one person that I would love to see win the Rumble and come back into the company.
I know.
Oh, here we go.
I don't even have to say it. You guys know.
You don't.
Yeah, exactly. But I don't see it happening.
Herself.
I don't see it happening. Let me have something, Josh.
I'm sorry, Greg.
Bro, she just showed up at an AEW show. I think she's hook, line, and sinker for
but she's
AEW.
not signed.
No, not yet.
So if WWE threw the bag at her and was like, hey, we'll give you a Rumble win, we'll give you a championship win at WrestleMania, please, for the love of God, come back because we just got Nia Jax.
And they do, in fact, have all of the bag to throw at her.
Yeah, they do have the bag. So I feel like, she had a stint in New Japan. She did get hurt, for
her match with Willow.
Yeah.
Which, again, no fault of Willow, which people still tried to say Willow was unsafe.
Let's not put the blame.
Never put the blame on the other wrestlers. Shit happens.
And this is provided that Mercedes doesn't join AEW and start a storyline with Saraya for the AEW Women's World title.
Which is very possible.
I want that match, though. Fuck it. I want that match. And I'm not even a big AEW fan, but I want that match. Oh, Matthew, you're in trouble.
What?
You don't think WWE needs her?
Oh, Matthew, you are in trouble.
Any company that has Mercedes on their roster is better for it.
No, Matthew, that's a bad Matthew.
And they're not even talking to me, buddy.
No. What? I will never be of the opinion that Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, wherever she goes, would be a hindrance.
Greg, don't read his next comment.
What the? No, she is not.
Oh, fuck no.
Oh, Greg, I think we should get into some weird state laws.
Mercedes Moné is far better than CM Punk would ever be. Punk wishes he could be Mercedes Moné.
That's fucking hilarious.
Weird state laws.
Oh dear.
$2 minimum, $10 for wheel spin, $25 for a dare, and $50 to trash Mercedes on this show, and for me to read it. We did Massachusetts last week. Why is it still on the wheel?
I'm fucking dying.
You Ohio this week.
Oh, guys, my ribs hurt after laughing so hard.
We got Montana.
I don't think we did Montana yet. I'm really worried what they're doing to the Bulls up there.
Oh, God.
I've been to Montana before, boys. It's very redneck up there. So I'm interested here.
Oh dear.
All right. Well, let me pull up the weird laws because it's the last thing we're going to do tonight.
Oh, yeah. That's why I wanted to at least hit a couple of them before we went off air.
That one I'm saving for last because I'm already concerned about that one.
There's no way. The first one you saw?
The first one I saw is very disturbing. In Montana, it is illegal to have a sheep in the cab of your truck without a chaperone.
You fucking what now?
It is illegal to have a sheep in the cab of your truck without a chaperone.
Greg, you explained it twice now, and I'm still. Does the person have to be around to make sure you're not doing illicit things with the sheep?
I did not need that. Yeah. Damn it, Matty.
It is a misdemeanor to show movies that depict acts of felonious crime.
So every movie ever?
I was about to say damn near 75% of the movies that I enjoy.
Pretty much.
So we can't watch the movie How High in the state of Montana.
Correct.
Damn.
It is illegal for a man and a woman to have sex in any other position other than missionary side.
I've read this one. Montana is the most vanilla state in the entirety of the fucking union.
It's no wonder they don't have any sports teams or anything. They're just, it's just a bunch of flat land or something.
I'm a good boy. I'm a good boy. I'm not going to comment on that one. I'm a good boy.
Yeah, I'd leave it alone.
Does that mean any sexual act or?
If it's not missionary, you can't do it.
So is this
I'm gonna be quiet.
That's across the state. That's not even a city law.
Is this the same thing as the one that we saw a couple weeks ago where oral was illegal?
Yeah, probably. Next up,
Montana has mountains, Brokeback Mountains.
In Excelsior Springs, Montana.
Excelsior.
Worrying squirrels will not be tolerated.
What?
You can't worry squirrels. How do you even determine that emotion?
That motherfucker's running away from me, and I haven't even been in the vicinity of him.
What?
Am I getting tackled by a cop because a squirrel's running in the opposite direction of me?
You crazy rednecks.
Man, hey, don't be driving your sheep around by yourself. Don't be scaring my squirrels and God-fearing. You best not be doing anything other than missionary.
In Kalispell, Montana, I don't know if I said that right, but all pool tables must be able to be viewed from the street outside a billiard hall where they are located.
What?
So you need, if you have a pool,
So it has to be clear glass, right?
Yeah, I guess. But you need to have like the pool table in view so you see that there are actually pool tables in the pool hall. Like, you'd lie about that. Like,
yeah, welcome to the billiard hall. It's a joke. We only have a bar. Ha ha ha.
Got you.
Buy our beer.
That's just an annoying prank more than
that.
anything.
That is so confusing. What the fuck?
You know what's even funnier? I wonder if anyone finds these laws and actually tries to, actually enforce them.
I want to know the people that's out here like breaking these laws. Like someone comes up and goes, "Hey mate, sorry, we got to do clear glass so that they can see the pool tables inside your motherfucker." I want that shit tinted.
Yeah.
Also in Montana, it is illegal for married women to go fishing alone on Sundays and illegal for unmarried women to fish alone at all.
Gentlemen, I've seen a lot of redneck shit in my life. I come from the deep south of Missouri, and why can't the women go fishing? Why can't them ladies go fishing? So you're meaning to tell me 10-year-old little Sally can't learn how to go fishing because she's not married?
Well, alone. Like, they can go fishing with a group of people, but they can't go alone. Would you really
What if it's all ladies?
Fishing by yourself?
What if it's all women? And they're
if
all
it's all
unmarried,
women, that's fine because they're not alone.
but they're not married.
But they're not alone. That's the key part of this. Like, alone.
So a group of unmarried women can go fishing, but a singular unmarried woman can't go fishing, but a singular married woman can't go fishing on Montana. What in the fuck is wrong with you?
And I opened the door for this one because I might leave the show on this. In Montana, the final one, prostitution is considered a crime against the family.
The family? The family. You have dishonored your family. You have dishonored your cow. You have dishonored your ancestors.
I mean,
Montana, when I get my hands on you, Montana, when I catch you.
Part of me gets that, not gonna lie. Part of me understands.
Josh, you are the religious man here. I'm gonna need you to say a quick prayer for Montana because this is
that one.
We'll do that. We'll do that off air. We'll pray for Montana's health and mental health and
Tornado Tony. You know what they say.
Sexual
Keep
health.
it in the family.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's the Greg Cherry Show. We'll be back again next week with more crazy laws like this. And
what if the prostitute was fishing?
Oh, for crying out loud! Would you forget about the fishing, for crying out loud? That is it for the Greg Cherry Show. We will be back again next week. Luck of the Draw will be happening soon. When I finally get this room cleared, I will have a set date. Everybody will know, and we will advertise it. It will be the biggest show this show has ever done, because I'm going to tell as many people to retweet it as possible, because if nothing else, I want that show, the Luck of the Draw show, to be the biggest one, because Luck of the Draw is my baby. So I gotta do it. So until next week, thank you for Josh Manfield for joining us, and of course Matty Laws each and every week. And I'm Greg Cherry saying, don't be a jag, have a good night, and the Steelers